From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Brought to you by SSP TV and the Standard Speaker.
While her husband and his boss, who just happens to be the President of the United States, continue to campaign across the country, Dr. Jill Biden is doing her best to secure votes for the Obama-Biden team. She's just wrapping up a visit in Hazleton at this 4 o'clock hour. Good evening and thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Kristen Bazinski. We're going to talk about Mrs. Biden's visit in just a moment, but first, firefighters in the city of Hazleton are on the scene of a smoky blaze along North Wyoming Street. They got the call around 3:30. Smoke was billowing from the windows of 102 North Wyoming Street. We're told it is an abandoned building, and so far this fire looks suspicious. We know there was fire in the basement of the structure and that it was reportedly spreading through rafters and walls of the building. Now, we know that the city firefighters right now are finishing up putting this fire out, and they're also awaiting the arrival of a state police fire marshal along with detectives from the Hazleton City Police Department. But again, it looks as though this is an abandoned building, so no one inside when the fire broke out. No report of any injuries amongst firefighters, and we will continue to keep you updated as this newscast goes on. Jill Biden, the wife of Vice President Joe Biden, is making her rounds on this Monday in the Keystone State, visiting Democratic campaign offices. She started in the state capitol, then to Scranton, and now she's in Hazleton. Tomorrow she will continue her trek through Pennsylvania. At this 4 o'clock hour, Dr. Biden is wrapping up her meet and greet at the Hazleton field office for the Obama-Biden campaign along West Broad Street in downtown Hazleton. Volunteers only. No members of the public had the opportunity to meet with the vice president's wife as she encourages voters to get out and vote. But first, those who need to register should do so before Tuesday's deadline. Vice President Biden is a native of Pennsylvania, and Mrs. Biden said she was very happy to be close to her husband's roots. News 13 does have a crew with Mrs. Biden, and we will have much more coming up next at 4:30. Many of you had the day off from school and work because it is Columbus Day, a nationally recognized federal holiday. While it is an opportunity for some to sleep in, Columbus Day remembers Italian explorer Christopher Columbus's long journey across the Atlantic Ocean to the New World. The voyage was victorious when land was first spotted on October 12th of 1492. Of course, you know the saying, in 1492, Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Well, the day is also considered a celebration of Italian heritage, as well as a huge shopping day in the United States. So if you're at home watching the news and maybe need a few things at the store, there are some really great sales going on. Now, President Franklin D. Roosevelt is responsible for making the holiday a federal one back in 1937. A statue of Christopher Columbus sits at a busy intersection in the city of Hazleton in a small park. Some call it Columbus Park, others refer to it as Memorial Park. But whatever you call it, the vandalism that was found this morning to the famous statue of the man who discovered America. Police were called to the statue by someone who discovered the vandalism, which included spray paint, fake blood, symbols like a peace sign painted on, and the vandals also painted the statue's face white. Police say a wreath that was hanging from the statue was also knocked down. However, officers put that back on. Police said they were going to research whether this may have been something that happened in other areas to similar statues today. Now, this park sits at the intersection of Diamond Avenue and Church Streets. If you know anything about this particular vandalism to the Christopher Columbus statue, you're asked to dial 911 right away. The owner of a storage shed in Hazleton just discovered that the shed was actually broken into and a number of things are missing, including a gun. Police say the break-in happened in the 800 block of South Church Street between July and last week. Missing a black .45 caliber semi-automatic pistol, a girl's bicycle, color green, an unknown amount of DVDs, a DVD player, a Bose surround sound system, and a compact computer. Anyone with information is asked to call police by dialing 911. Police tell us their investigation continues tonight. The American Red Cross is putting out an urgent plea for blood donations, and tomorrow you can help replenish the supply. Head to McAdoo Tuesday at the Keystone Volunteer Fire Company in the social hall there from 2 to 6, where you can roll up your sleeve and give the gift of life. The fire company is at the corner of Grant and Hancock Streets. All donors will walk away with a free Red Cross Halloween 2012 t-shirt and soup mug set. An emergency appeal in the city helped to temporarily stop helped to temporarily stop the decrease in blood donations. But as we head into the fall, the Northeast is experiencing a shortage of all blood types, and your help is needed now. Every blood donation can help save up to 3 lives. Thousands of blood donations are needed each and every day to meet the needs of accident victims, cancer patients, and children with blood disorders. Now, if you donated blood in the summer, you may be eligible now to donate again. Walk-in donors are welcome, or call 1-800-RED-CROSS to make an appointment, or you can visit redcrossblood.org to find a local blood drive in your area if you cannot make Tuesdays. Stay with us tonight on News 13. We have more local news just for you. We'll head to a dinner to celebrate one man in the Italian-American community. Also ahead, people from all walks of life came out to help find a cure for Alzheimer's disease. The story out of Carbon County coming up. Friday night, members of the Italian-American organization known as UNICO gathered at Capriati's Palazzo in McAdoo to honor a man who has done some outstanding work for others throughout his life. This year, the outstanding Italian-American is Joe Cerullo. Cerullo has been involved in UNICO for many years and has given so much of himself to the area. He has played a big role in the UNICO Italian Festival every year at Community Park in Hazel Township. We talked to the man of the hour who was humbled with the honor.
Makes me feel tremendous. I'm humbled by the award tonight, and the award itself was devised by us, the UNICO chapter here of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, where it's given out to an outstanding Italian American in the community. Basically for the service that individual has done, not only with and for UNICO, but also within the community.
UNICO is a service organization which puts service before self. Now, to promote and enhance the image of Italian Americans, for members to be of service to the community and to promote Italian heritage and culture. All of us at News 13 SSP TV would like to congratulate Mr. Cerullo on receiving this award. Did you know that Alzheimer's disease is the 6th leading cause of death in the United States? And every 68 seconds, someone in America develops Alzheimer's. But some folks this weekend laced up their walking shoes, taking steps to help find a cure for the debilitating disease. News 13 stopping by Heritage Hills Senior Community in Weatherly, Carbon County Saturday, where the Walk to End Alzheimer's was in full swing. This was the 12th year for the fundraiser and Tricky Tray auction. All of the money raised goes to the Alzheimer's Association for research, support, and help for patients.
This is our 12th annual Alzheimer's Memory Walk. Everyone here is supporting either someone they have lost to the disease, someone they are caring for that has the disease, or someone themselves who has the disease. And the reason we're here is to come together and support and walk for a cure.
Now, walks like this are held each and every year in hundreds of communities, making it the nation's largest event to raise awareness and funds for Alzheimer care, support, and research programs. In our area alone, there are an estimated 2,000 people who are afflicted with the disease. Folks were celebrating the fall season at one local church rich with history. The Brainerd Church Festival was a big hit for people of all ages. Music filled the air in Sugarloaf Township Sunday as an historic site in the valley served as a meeting place for hundreds to have some fall fun. There was a large flea market with hundreds of items available, and many people were searching for that special treasure. In addition to that, there was a lot of tasty food, including a bake sale, cookbooks were available, and there was a quilt show sponsored by the Cranberry Quilters Group. The kids stayed busy by painting pumpkins and going on pony rides. The 150 150-plus-year-old church is located on North Main Street in Seibertsville, and the annual festival helps to raise funds to restore and maintain the church and the one-room schoolhouse. You're invited to a new exhibit at the Hazleton Art League in downtown Hazleton. News 13 decided to check it out and bring you a sneak peek. It was art as far as the eye could see inside the Hazleton Art League over the weekend, where 10 different artists showed off their work. The exhibition actually opened up last weekend and will be on display through October 21st. We talked with the manager of the Art League, who's excited for the opportunity to show off such talent.
At the moment in this gallery is our new exhibition, which is called Preview. It's 10 artists, including myself and 9 others. It's mixed media, diverse styles and subject matter, techniques, etc. It's a beautiful exhibit. It'll be up until October 21st.
Now, if you'd like to check out the artwork for yourself, the gallery is open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 11 to 6, and the league is located at 225 East Broad Street near the intersection of Broad and Cedar Streets in downtown Hazleton. You can also find out more about the Art League by heading to their website at hazletonsartleague.com. On your screen right now, your winning midday lottery numbers. Good luck if you played. Your daily number, 311. Big 4, 38. 28, Quinto 55307, Treasure Hunt 3, 15, 16, 17, 21.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's social news. First tonight, happy birthday to Angela Marquez. This wish comes from your family and friends. Tonight's Talk of the Town report, the Good Shepherd Church in Drums will be holding America Needs Fatima Rosary Rally on October 13th at noon. For more information, please call 570-788-3271. And one more announcement for this evening, Boy Scout Troop 473 will be holding a French toast and sausage breakfast Saturday, October 20th from 8 a.m. to noon. The event will be held at the Freeland American Legion, costing just $5 for adults and $3 for kids. All proceeds benefit the Boy Scouts, so please stop by for that fundraiser. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. David Bierman. Services will be held October 20th in the Tuscarora State Park. Ella Protzko, formerly of Hazleton. Funeral arrangements will be announced by the John J. Pustai Funeral Home. And finally, Howard F. Miller of Tamaqua. Services Friday at 11 a.m. in the First United Methodist Church. Friends may call Thursday from 5 to 8 p.m. at the E. Franklin Griffiths Funeral Home. Tonight's obituaries have been brought to you by the Smilax Floral Shop located on 15th Street in Hazleton. For delivery to all local funeral homes, call 570-454-0111. And by Mia's. Don't settle for second best when dining out. Discover Mia's new low-price dinner menu. And remember, there's always plenty of free gated parking behind the Margot Building.
SSP TV Sports on News 13 with Fred Barletta Jr. and Ron Marchetti.
Well, as you might expect, when you have a holiday, schools are closed, you don't have a lot of athletic events going on. But we do have a couple, and thanks to some inclement weather, we actually have a Monday night high school football game. Take that, Jet fans. Anyhow, let's take a look at the schedule. There you can see it's down in Monoy area. So that's where you're going to have your Monday high school game. Carson Long Academy is in. And that'll wrap up week 6 of the high school football season down in the Schuylkill League. Now, meanwhile, in soccer action, Coughlin right now is down at the Maple Manor Field taking on the Cougars, and Nanticoke is playing MMI. So boys soccer in full swing of things. As far as girls, well, the Wyoming Valley Conference is off, but in the Schuylkill League, Jim Thorpe is at North Schuylkill and Blue Mountain is over in Tamaqua. Volleyball action, the Nanticoke Trojanettes in town to take on Hazleton area and Shenandoah Valley. Mono area. It's a little friendly rivalry, even when it comes to volleyball. That's taking place right now. Now, this afternoon, it's the District 2 Golf Championships. And the Hazleton area Cougars do have a representative. And it's a great story. It's Nick Thrash. Now, Nick Thrash is a guy who never golfed until this summer. Better known as a baseball player, playing on the Cougar baseball squad, and a couple of his friends encouraged him. He gave it a shot, and take a look. He's in today's district championship That's a pretty good story. If you've read the article in the paper, he's defying all the logic. He went out and bought a kind of pedestrian set of golf clubs, and he's made a name for himself, the top Cougar golfer. So he's shooting consistently in the 80s. And as we said, he's the only Cougar to qualify for the district. So our congratulations go out to Nick Thrash. He's already ahead of the game no matter what he does today. And who knows, when it's all said and done, maybe he can make a little noise up there. We'll wait and see, but great story with Nick Thrash. Meanwhile, aside from the high school stuff, there's a lot of pro stuff going on, just in case you didn't know. The Major League Baseball playoffs, divisional series, we've got 1-1 in the National League. It's the Washington Nationals at the Cardinals. Somebody pointed out last night that this is the first baseball postseason win for a Washington team since 1933. I guess too many out there really don't remember that one. Meanwhile, the Yankees, Game 2 in Baltimore tonight. Andy Pettitte on the mound for the Yankees after CC Sabathia was stellar last night. Yanks up in that one, 1-0, the same way the Nationals are. The National Football League, well, Eagle fans aren't too happy. Steelers and Giants fans are. Their teams won. And as you're following Nate Eachus, nobody scored except via the field goal yesterday. The Ravens, 9-6 winners over the Kansas City Chiefs. Eachus didn't get any touches, but had a couple of key blocks. Meanwhile, tonight, it's the Jets and Texans in Monday Night Football. Have yourself a happy Columbus Day. Hey, you know, you might want to start thinking about heating your home this winter. You could do it for less with American Premium Coal Sales. They offer locally mined quality anthracite at a very, very fair price. It's available for pickup or delivery. And you know, if you order 6 tons or more, you'll qualify for a $10 per ton discount. Now, want more information? You got to contact American Premium Coal Sales. There's the number. It's even toll-free if you're outside of the area. And they're there Monday through Friday, 7 to 4. There's their Saturday hours. Boy, can you beat good old-fashioned anthracite coal to heat your home?
Columbus Day is being observed today in the USA, and it is Thanksgiving in Canada. Hi, everybody, on this October 8th, and welcome to Trivia Treats. A few minutes to look back. It was on this very day that Georgia Tech steamrolled hopelessly outmatched Cumberland College 222-0 at Atlanta in the most one-sided game in college or pro football history, even though the second half was shortened by 15 minutes. The Yellow Jackets scored on all 32 of their possessions. The winning coach was John Heisman, for whom the Heisman Trophy was later named. That happened 96 years ago today in 1916. Once again, the final score was Georgia Tech 222, Cumberland nothing. Mother of God. Now let's come a lot closer, like 41 years ago to 1957, exactly 55 years ago this week. A local story. The Hazelton High Mountaineers were entertaining the Berwick Bulldogs at Harmon Geist Memorial Field. It was a new head coach, Tony Scarcell's first season. The Mounts entered the game at 1-2-1. Berwick won the toss and elected to kick. After a poor return along with a clip, the Mountaineers found themselves huddled at their own goal line with the ball on the 8-yard line. On the Mounts' first play from scrimmage, before many of the 2,500-plus fans were even settled in their seats, the game's most electrifying play took place. Quarterback Barney Gatsky handed the ball off to his big fullback, Jimmy Sinap, who resembled Bronco Nagurski as he busted his way through right tackle, breaking into the clear at the 15 before turning on his afterburners as he galloped down the center of the field like a speeding locomotive out of control. 92 yards later, he was in the end zone. Before looking back and hoping to see no red hankies laying on the grass, there wasn't. It was the beginning of the Mountaineers' most outstanding performance of the season in defeating Berwick 34-12. Gatsky accounted for 2 touchdowns on a 1-foot plunge and a neat 72-yard jaunt. He also tossed a 38-yard strike to Walt Spencer. Johnny Ucino also ran one in from 65 yards out. But the play of the game was definitely the 92-yard romp by Sinap, who finished the night with 120 yards on just 8 carries. Not too shabby. HHS finished that 1957 campaign at 5-4-1. Now, Tony Cristino unofficially holds the HHS record run from scrimmage with his 99.5-yard trip against Hazel Township in 1952. That was nullified because fullback Charlie Schlenker was in motion before the snap. Jimmy Snap's 92-yard run that did count could be the longest TD run in HHS history. But that's unofficial. This is official. I'm done. Till Friday. Stay loose.
All right, well, if you were watching the NASCAR race in Talladega Sunday afternoon, you may still be in shock at the ending. A huge wreck, cars literally rolling through the air. It was a race many won't soon forget, especially the drivers. Now, there was some good racing going on right here at home, too, as we once again head to the Mountain Speedway in Drums. The 13th annual King of the Mountain weekend was in full swing with plenty of racers out to win the extra distance double points events with hopes of wearing the winner's crown at the end of the day. In a wild and eventful sport modified feature, Rusty Smith of Oxford, New York, remained patient and got the race lead with 18 laps remaining to claim the $2,000 prize. For the second straight year, Paul Morgan Jr. of Mountaintop took the victory in the factory stock division, and Pete Veras of Stroudsburg pulled the same feat in 4-cylinder action. Kyle Soper held off Brendan Bach to notch the Inex Legends victory, and Nick Harnage scored the Inex Bandolero victory. Make sure you head to News 13's website for more on the results and play-by-play of all the action. Now, due to some miserable weather forecast for Sunday, October 7th, that $5,000 to win modified portion of the King of the Mountain race has been rescheduled to take place Saturday, October 13th. The street stocks and late models are also on the card, plus the quickest modified time trailer will receive a $500 bonus. Times for the rescheduled event can be seen by visiting the track's website. And remember, Mountain Speedway is just minutes from Hazleton on St. John's Road between routes 93 and 309. Grandstand admission for next week's event, King of the Mountain, $25 for ages 11 and older. Children 10 years of age and younger are admitted free. Visit mountainspeedway.com for the remaining 2012 schedule, point standings, and up-to-date news and information. Well, folks, like it or not, fall is here. The cooler temps are here, and it looks like they may be here to stay. Many of us had to break out that winter jacket to head to work this morning, and in the higher elevations, some even saw some frost on their windshields. So what can we expect tonight and into tomorrow? We'll start in Schuylkill County. Rain is likely to move into the area tonight with clouds, and we see the temp dipping down to 38 degrees. We're only climbing to 57 on your Tuesday. It remains mostly cloudy out there, but no sign of any rain so far for our Tuesday in Schuylkill County. And moving to the Hazleton area, where much of the same story. Tonight's creative condition comes to us from Franklin Cologne. From the Hazleton Elementary School, Franklin tells us his picture is of a sunny day. I hope at least sunshine's in the forecast since we have to deal with the cold temps. And it looks like maybe tomorrow, but we got to get through some clouds and the possibility of some rain, and a low temp tonight of 40. And then for your Tuesday, it's looking like the sun will be making an appearance, no sign of any rain, and a high of 56 degrees. Stay with us, more local news heading your way next, including more about Dr. Jill Biden's visit to Hazleton. Stay with us. The wife of Vice President Joe Biden traveled a short distance from home in Washington, D.C. to the Keystone State. She arrived in downtown Hazleton just after 3 o'clock, where she was encouraging many to get out and vote, and if they aren't registered to do so, to make sure they sign up and do it quick.
From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for staying with us tonight. I'm Kristen Bazinski. We are going to talk about Mrs. Biden's visit to Hazleton in just a moment, but we're going to talk about that fire once again here in the city of Hazleton because firefighters remain on the scene of that smoky blaze along North Wyoming Street. They got the call right around 3:30. Smoke was billowing from the windows of 102 North Wyoming Street, and we're told that this was an abandoned building, and so far this fire is looking suspicious. We know there was actual flames in the basement of the structure and that the fire was spreading through the rafters and the walls. A state police fire marshal has been called to the scene along with detectives from the Hazleton City Fire Department. Again, firefighters remain on the scene of that fire at 102 North Wyoming Street in downtown Hazleton at this hour, and we will have much more tomorrow on News 13. Jill Biden, the wife of Vice President Joe Biden, is making her rounds on this Monday in the Keystone State, visiting Democratic campaign offices. She started in the state capitol, then to Scranton, and now she is in Hazleton. Tomorrow she'll continue her trek through Pennsylvania. Dr. Biden, also known as the Second Lady of the United States, just wrapped up her meet and greet around 4 o'clock at the Hazleton field office for the Obama-Biden campaign along West Broad Street in downtown Hazleton. Volunteers only, no members of the public, had the opportunity to meet with the vice president's wife and one of his daughters, as she encouraged voters to get out and vote. But first, those who need to register should do so before Tuesday's deadline. Vice President Biden is a native of Pennsylvania, along with Mrs. Biden, so she said she was very happy to be close to her and her husband's roots. She encouraged everyone to get out and vote on November 6th, and she also talked with Obama-Biden supporters about why that team is the one to choose at the polls. A health scare is spreading across a number of states, including Pennsylvania. A non-contagious form of meningitis linked to contaminated steroid injections has now been confirmed in over 105 people, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. 8 people have actually died from the disease. And according to reports, patients in 9 states contracted the deadly fungal meningitis after being injected in their spine with a contaminated steroid used to treat pain and inflammation. Health officials say 76 medical facilities in 23 states received the contaminated steroid injections, and more about the contamination and the company behind it can be found at the CDC's website at cdc.gov. Now, the drugs were given starting May 21st, and as many as 13,000 patients may have been exposed to the potentially contaminated drugs recalled from a Massachusetts compounding pharmacy. So far, none of the deaths have occurred in Pennsylvania, but that doesn't mean doctors aren't on alert.
Number one, this is a tragedy. It's a tragedy because you're dealing with contaminated medication. The meningitis that we're seeing is not contagious. It is passed specifically in an injectable steroid preparation that's being used in a lot of people's backs for a variety of reasons. When you get an injection of that, then your chance of picking up meningitis goes up, of course. The experts are saying that again, it's a relatively small percentage of those who have received this contaminated steroid that are actually developing the meningitis. But it is not contagious. It's not like you're going to catch it from your son or your grandmother or whatever. Okay.
Meningitis is an inflammation of the protective membranes covering the brain and spinal cord. Now, it's usually caused by an infection, frequently with bacteria or a virus, but it can also be caused by less common pathogens like fungi. Now, fungal meningitis is very rare, and unlike viral and bacterial meningitis, it's not contagious, as we said. Now, if you do have concerns for your own health, you can call the FDA at 1-800-FDA. 1088 or online at fda.gov. The contaminated drugs have been traced to the New England Compounding Center, a single compounding pharmacy. That pharmacy has closed voluntarily, relinquished its state's license, and recalled its products, which include steroids, painkillers, and dozens of other drugs. Many of you had the day off from school and work because it is Columbus Day, a nationally recognized federal holiday. While it is an opportunity for some to sleep in, Columbus Day remembers Italian explorer Christopher Columbus's long journey across the Atlantic Ocean to the New World. The voyage was victorious when land was first spotted on October 12th of 1492. You know the saying, in 1492, Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue. The day is also considered a celebration of Italian heritage, as well as a huge shopping day in the United States. So if you're at home watching the news and maybe need a few things at the store, well, there are some great sales going on tonight. President Franklin D. Roosevelt is responsible for making the holiday a federal one in 1937. A statue of Christopher Columbus sits at a busy intersection in Hazleton in a small park. Some call it Columbus Park. Others refer to it as Memorial Park. But whatever you call it, the vandalism that was found this morning to the famous statue of the man who discovered America was disturbing. Police were called to the statue by someone who discovered the vandalism, which included spray paint, fake blood, symbols like a peace sign painted on the statue, and the vandals also painted the statue's face white. Police say a wreath that was hanging from the statue was also knocked down. However, officers put it back on. Police say they're going to do some research whether this was something that happened in other areas to similar statues on this holiday. The park sits at the intersection of Diamond Avenue and Church Streets. If you do know anything about this particular vandalism to the Christopher Columbus statue, you're asked to dial 911 right away. We have 2 vehicle recalls to tell you about tonight. We've learned that Honda Motor Company is recalling about 490,000 CR-V crossovers worldwide from the 2002 to 2006 model years because an electrical switch in the driver's side door could melt and cause a fire. Honda said rain or other liquids could enter through a driver's open window and damage the master power switch on that door. Now, if that should happen, the switch could overheat and melt, causing a fire. So far, no injuries or crashes have been reported related to the problem, but 5 fires have been reported, 4 in the United States and 1 in England. Owners are advised to park your CR-Vs from those model years outside until the recall is performed to avoid any property damage from a fire. A fire could start even when the ignition is off and the CR-V is parked. The company will begin contacting owners next month and will repair the vehicles for free. And Chrysler is recalling thousands of Ram 1500 and Dodge Dakota trucks from 2009 to 2010 model years because of a problem with a rear axle pinion nut that could cause the driver to lose control of the vehicle. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says the recall affects about 44,300 trucks. The federal agency said that a lack of adhesive may cause the rear axle pinion nut to loosen, and if that occurs, the axle could lock up and the driver could lose control of the vehicle. Government and company officials say there have been 15 reports of rear axle failure, including 4 that have resulted in loss of vehicle control and accidents. The Chrysler Group will notify owners of the recall starting in about a month, and dealers will fix the problems. Stay with us on News 13. We'll take a look at events that happened over this past weekend in the Hazleton area, including a church festival where history was celebrated and a walk to help find a cure for a debilitating disease. But first, it was time to take a step back in time for some from the South Side. We were there when the McAdoo High School class of 1932 celebrated their 50th class reunion. Well, tonight News 13 sends out some congratulations to the McAdoo High School class of 1962 for being inducted into the Alumni Golden Circle. Close to 300 former students of the Southside School gathered at Lobos this Saturday for the 30th reunion. The night's an exciting one with many pieces of memorabilia from the school on display and many memories from their school days shared. There were pictures and uniforms from the school's band and sports teams, along with miniature replicas of the high school itself. And all the alumni took time to remember their former classmates who have passed on. It's a night to remember, honor, and reflect.
Well, this is the 30th reunion of the McAdoo High School alumni. As a matter of fact, this is the last graduating class of the McAdoo High School, 1962. And after that, they closed the school down. So we have a milestone here tonight. We're taking them into the Golden Circle as we did every year with all the classes. When they hit their 50th year, we give them a certificate, inducting them into the Golden Circle, we call it. And tonight is the last one.
McAdoo Mayor Dane Watrow and Councilwoman Mary LaBert, whose alma mater was the McAdoo High School, were on hand for the event and were pleased to be a part of it, along with other members of council who also graduated from the school. McAdoo High School was around from 1932 to 1962. Congratulations to everyone who celebrated and took a look back at their high school years this past weekend. Well, it looks like fall is here to stay. Cooler temps have arrived, and it looks like they're here to stay as well. Many of us had to break out the winter jacket to head to work this morning, and in the higher elevations, we even saw some frost on those windshields. So what can we expect tonight and into tomorrow? We'll start off in Schuylkill County. For the rest of tonight, see rain showers, cloudy skies, and the temp dips to 38 degrees. Tuesday, look for the clouds to be pretty much filling the sky out there. Maybe a little bit of sunshine shining through. We'll see. 57 will be our high. Mostly cloudy skies Tuesday night, 46. Look for a chance of showers on Wednesday, but it will be partly sunny and a high near 63. 38 will be our low Wednesday night with partly cloudy skies. Sunny skies Thursday, 58. 38 is what we will dip to on your Thursday night with clear skies. Mostly sunny Friday, high near 58. And then on Friday night, look for it to be mostly clear and a low down to 36 degrees. Moving to the Hazleton area, where much of the same story. Tonight's creative condition comes to us from Franklin Cologne from Hazleton Elementary School. Franklin tells us his picture is of a sunny day. I hope at least some sunshine's in the forecast since we have to deal with the colder temps. Let's get through tonight first, where we do see a chance of showers and cloudy skies, and the temp dips down to 40. Sun is in the forecast for your Tuesday. 56 will be our high. We dip to 45. 60 for a high on Wednesday with a chance of showers under mostly cloudy skies. That chance of some rain sticks with us for Wednesday night and a low down to 36. Thursday, look for mostly sunny skies, high near 53. Thursday night, partly cloudy, low down to 40. 52 will be our high on Friday as we end the work week off so far on a sunny note, and it'll be partly cloudy skies Friday night with a low down to 35 degrees. And your forecast tonight brought to you by Sand Springs Country Club with great weekly restaurant specials. Now, all of the specials are served with soup or salad, and they're all very reasonable. Look at that chicken cordon bleu for $8.95, appetizer long hot peppers for $3.95. And if you want to stop by and feed your belly, well, Sand Springs Country Club located at 10 Clubhouse Road in Drums. Call 788-5845 if you have any questions, or you can visit sandspringsgolf.com or check them out on Facebook. Did you know that Alzheimer's disease is the 6th leading cause of death in the United States? And every 68 seconds, someone in America develops Alzheimer's. But some folks this weekend laced up their walking shoes, taking steps to hopefully find a cure for that debilitating disease. News 13 stopping by Heritage Hills Senior Community in Weatherly, Carbon County Saturday, where the Walk to End Alzheimer's was in full swing. This was the 12th year for the fundraiser and turkey tray auction, and all of the money raised goes to the Alzheimer's Association for research, support, and help for patients.
This is our 12th annual Alzheimer's Memory Walk. Everyone here is supporting either someone they have lost to the disease, someone they are caring for that has the disease, or someone themselves who has the disease. And the reason we're here is to come together and support and walk for a cure.
Walks like this are held each and every year in hundreds of communities, making it the nation's largest event to raise awareness and funds for Alzheimer's care, support, and research programs. In our area alone, there are an estimated 2,000 people who are afflicted with the disease. Folks, we're celebrating the fall season at one local church rich in history. The Brainerd Church Festival was a big hit for people of all ages. Music filled the air in Sugarloaf Township Sunday as the historic site in the valley served as a meeting place for hundreds to have some fall fun. There was a large flea market with hundreds of items available, and many people were searching for that special treasure. In addition to that, There was lots of tasty food, including a bake sale. Cookbooks were available. There was a quilt show sponsored by the Cranberry Quilters Group. The kids stayed busy by painting pumpkins and going on some pony rides. The 150-plus-year-old church is located on North Main Road in Sybertsville, and the annual festival helps to raise funds to restore and maintain the church and the one-room schoolhouse. We will be right back right here on News 13. Coming up, Sunday was a day just for pets at one local church as they were getting blessed in celebration of St. Francis when we come right back. Every October, animal lovers celebrate the feast day of St. Francis of Assisi, the saint with a very big love for animals.
Fergus. Riley and Fergus, creatures of God, I bless you in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy.
Big dogs, small dogs, and even some kitties came to Trinity Lutheran Church on Sunday to be blessed in honor of St. Francis. All kinds of four-legged friends were invited to the blessing of the animals. Animal owners from all over the area came out, bringing their furry friends to receive the special blessing performed by two local reverends. You're invited to a new exhibit at the Hazleton Art League in downtown Hazleton. News 13 decided to check it out and bring you a sneak peek. It was art as far as the eye could see inside the Hazleton Art League this weekend, where 10 different artists have showed off their work. The exhibition actually opened up last weekend and will be on display through October 21st. We talked with the manager of the Art League, who's very excited for the opportunity to show off such talent.
At the moment in this gallery is our new exhibition, which is called Preview. It's 10 artists, including myself and 9 others. It's mixed media, diverse styles and subject matter, techniques, etc. It's a beautiful exhibit. It'll be up until October 21st.
If you'd like to check out the artwork for yourself, the gallery is open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 11 to 6, and the League is located at 225 East Broad Street near the intersection of Broad and Cedar Streets in downtown Hazleton. You can also find out more about the Art League by heading to their website, hazletonsartleague.com. That'll do it for us tonight. Thank you for making us a part of your day. You can catch this newscast again with a rebroadcast tonight, or simply go to News 13's website, ssptv.com. That's where you're going to find everything Greater Hazleton, Schuylkill County, and beyond. It's all just a click away. On behalf of all of us here at News 13, be safe. We'll see you back here for Tuesday. Good night.